I'm signed into the Maximo Application Suite, or MAS, as the MAS administrator, and I'm brought directly to the Suite navigation page. On this page, I see a list of products, those that have been deployed, including Manage, which is shown here by the green arrow, but I also see other products that could be deployed in the environment, including Monitor, Predict, Visual Inspection, and those available on Industry Solutions and add-ons. But again, in this environment, Maximo Manage is the only product that's deployed. Now, as a MAS suite administrator, there's a couple of key functions that I'll perform. So let's take a look at those and also how I navigate to them. So drawing your attention over here to the top right-hand side, this toolbar is really important. That helps me identify that I'm signed in as the administrator and I can access my administrative functions here. Or I could also do it here from these 9 buttons, which will help me navigate between the different applications. So if I had other products deployed like Monitor or Health, I would see those in this list, but I only have Manage. But if I want to go to the Suite Administration, which is what I want to do to, again, highlight some features that are available to our MAS administrator. One of the most important functions that he has is user management, both adding and deleting users to MAS, and once they're added to MAS or removed from MAS, then their either access is synchronized with the other MAS products like Maximo Manage and Monitor to set security privileges. So let's take a look at this in detail. So in my user management, I can scroll through the list and I can see the number of people that have access to this environment, but I'm directly going to go ahead and add a user. I should highlight that in most production scenarios, this would be done via LDAP or an Active Directory system, and also new functionality has been added where I can import users with a CSV file. I'm going to do it manually in this case so you can see the process that is going to be involved. So the first thing I need to do is just follow along the fields that are displayed to me. I'm going to call my user Bill, and we'll give him a name of Bill. That's his user ID. This is not changeable, and that's what the information is that's being displayed to me. So it's bill@company.com. That's going to be his email. Bill@company.com. I've got that. Great. And now I'm just going to start to scroll through each one of the various sections or components and fill out the information. So in terms of my login details, I closed that a little bit too quickly, so let me open that again. I want my user ID the same. I actually want to create a custom password, and my password that I'm going to input, let me just type this in here a minute. And let me just view it to make sure I put the right values in. Oops, I did a terrible job there. Looks like I got an extra space. Maximo 123, that's perfect. And there's all sorts of rules that you can set up to enable your password length and special characters, etc. But I'm just going to keep it really simple here. Now I'm going to start to access some of the very important information, what type of user they are, what type of entitlement they have. I'm going to make Bill a concurrent user. I'm going to make him a base user. So that means he's going to take up 10 app points. It asks me to confirm if there's administrative entitlement. In this case, there is not, and that is the default. And then if I scroll down here, this is where I would see all the products. Again, in this environment, there's only Maximo Manage, but if I had access to Monitor or Health, I would see those other products and I could set the privileges. For Manage, all the access is set directly in Manage in our security group application. And I'll show you that in a minute, but I'm just going to click on this blue button to create our new user, Bill, which is going to synchronize him up with Maximo. This message is telling me he cannot distribute the password automatically. I'm fine with that. I'm going to close that message. Bill is going to be created, and I'm going to come back here in just a minute after this is updated. So it took about a minute or so to create my new user Bill, and what's happening behind the scenes is as I've created him as a MAS user, this user is also now synchronized via a Maximo cron task to Maximo Manage. So it's creating both a user ID and a person ID record in Maximo Manage. If I scroll down here, I can see my new user Bill. Also, if I navigate back, On my user tab, I'll be able to see my new user Bill over here. But let's head on over to Maximo Manage and see our user there. So I'm going to access Manage. And what that is going to do as an administrator, so now I'm crossing my roles. I'm actually axing Maximo as a Maximo administrator instead of a Mass admin. And I'm going to click on the Administration tab. And let's head on over and confirm that he has been added inside of our user's application. And I'm also going to grant him some security access. So my user's name was Bill. Let's see if we can find Bill over here. Here's the user ID. Again, this was automatically created or synchronized when I added him in the Mass admin. And if I click on my groups, I can see that he's given access to the default and everyone group, but now this is that point where the administrator comes in and grants him Maximo Manage access. What applications, what modules is he going to access? So I could either do select groups via the blue button or click on the plus. The plus is the new, or I would say substitution for new row that we had in previous releases of Maximo. I'm going to select my value and let's see what options I have for my user. I'm actually just going to make him an inventory clerk at this point, and I'm going to go ahead and save. My record is saved, and now Bill has access to my inventory clerk security group with all the applications enabled there. So that is a brief demonstration of adding the user in Mass, the synchronization process to Maximo, granting the security privileges back in Maximo, and then if I want to go back to the suite administration, I just navigate there from my app module navigator.